College football, the rankings are out, and just give me some hot takes on Arch Manning. That you saw the concussion in Texas in the game, and at first I thought it was his knee. Obviously, they end up winning in overtime, but I mean, you played against the Mannings multiple times, and here's Arch coming up, and no one knows what he's going to do. But then UC's. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think he can definitely can play. I think the game that you're referring to, they played Mississippi State. Now, when people see this, that would be a distant past. But they were lucky, very fortunate to win that game. But I thought Arch played exceptionally well in the second half. He obviously did. He wasn't in for the last touchdown pass, but he made some terrific plays in that second half to get him, in contention. There's been a lot of focus, on Arch. That's just the way it goes. A lot of expectations. He didn't live up to them at first, but I think he's sort of, you know, finding his way. The concussion obviously is a little, I would say, a minor setback, but uh, he'll be fine. He's very capable. He's way more athletic than Peyton and Eli. I mean, he can move and run like his grandfather. Archie was, he could razzle and dazzle you with his scrambling. Arch is really a lot like that. So uh, I think the future is bright for him.
We have Ohio State number one, Indiana's two. A&M just blew LSU out the water. What do you see happening next week? Do we see any changes? I mean, Oregon's right there at six, Georgia at five. Lane Kiffin has Ole Miss at eight. Well,
Yeah.
next week, where do we see the shifting?
Who knows? There's been a lot of jockeying around. The two consistent consistencies, I would say, or I never thought I'd say this, but Indiana and Ohio State. And let me take that a little further. Georgia Tech has dominated. I think they're 8-0 as we record this. And a good 8-0, not a lucky 8-0, but a good 8-0. Uh, but I think, I'm most curious about Indiana. I never really get to see them play. So a lot of people probably feel the same way, but I know I've seen some highlights. They're good. Can they play with Ohio State? We'll see at some point. But the SEC is really, to me, is more in recent years. There was more of a dominant team that kind of emerged. I don't really see that team right now. I mean, it could be Georgia, could be Ole Miss. I thought it was LSU, but maybe it's A&M now. Tennessee is slipped in there a little bit. I really don't know. And it's sort of good. Like what's going to happen? There's not the dominant team that, Alabama, after the first loss to Florida State, I think everyone wrote them off, but maybe they slip back in there like they have in years past. But there's a lot of unknowns this year.